Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do a review slash recap with my opinion on 90 Day Fiance The Other Way Part 2. Season 6, Episode 14 is titled Reality Frights. If you haven't seen Part 1, please go check it out. Thank you. Let's get started with Niles and Matilda. Matilda. Niles is packing for his trip to Ghana. He has a necklace for Matilda, not a ring. So he is definitely not planning on marrying her this trip. He should have never proposed to her if he was not ready to be married. He is about to break this girl's heart. Niles said his family does not support his relationship with Matilda. That's messed up. They haven't even met the girl yet. But they're judging her. Matilda doesn't even know that his family does not support their relationship. So Niles gets to the airport, checked in his bags, and he let us know that this is his first time in the airport by himself. He said he usually travels with his family or fly with his family. But everything went well. He boarded the plane and he's on his way to Ghana. Next, we go to Ghana to be introduced to Matilda. She is 23 years old. She said she does not have a job, so she helps her mother at the market where they sell plantains. Jamaicans say plantain. Americans say plantain. She said where she lives is boring. She said they don't have clubs. They don't have big restaurants. She said she wants to move to the U.S. and it's about to happen because she is about to marry her amazing American boyfriend. So she thinks. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if he's going to marry her or not. But he does not want to get married. She said Niles is sweet, very sensitive, and he always makes her laugh. She said they have been talking for 2 years. She said she talked to him on the phone every day. She said Niles is a bit peculiar, but she loved him anyway. We found out that Niles sent Matilda money. I wonder how often and how much. Matilda said a lot of people in Ghana does not understand autism because Niles have autism. It's not just in Ghana. There are people in the U.S. state also that does not understand autism. She said some people in Ghana believe that autism is a curse. Matilda said Niles told her that he is highly sensitive and he doesn't like noise and he can become overwhelmed easily. She is worried that being in Ghana will be hard for him. Matilda said she is not making enough money selling plantains or plantains, so she is worried about her family. Matilda has to travel 6 hours by bus to go to the airport to pick up Niles. I think the town where she's going to go to pick him up is pronounced Accra. She said they're going to stay in Accra for a few days before coming back to her hometown for the wedding. She told her mother that she and her uncle should prepare a wedding plan, which it seems like it's just a list of stuff that they need for the wedding. So I guess Niles will pay in for the wedding and the bride's price. The bride's price is another list of things Niles has to pay for. It contains clothes for the mother, clothes for the father, suitcase, schnapps. Schnapps is like a clear alcohol. Earrings, slippers, shoes, plus money. Where he gonna get all this money from? He's not rich. Matilda's mother asked her if she is sure that Niles is ready to start with the wedding preparations. It seems to me the mother is trying to find out, does he have the money for all this? I guess, we don't know. We'll see. Poor Niles, but he brought this on himself. Matilda said they have been dating for a long time, so he must accept to marry her. Since they've been dating for a long time, he must marry her. I guess that's what she's saying. But why do these people, and when I say these people, I mean all these 90-day fiance people, why do they consider chatting online dating? They have never met the person. They've never hugged, kissed, touched. They've never gone to the movies, go out to dinner. All they've done is chat online, and they consider that dating. Excuse me. That's not dating. Chatting online for a year is not dating. As far as everyone is concerned, except for Niles, there's going to be a wedding. Niles brought this problem on himself. He should have told Matilda before going to Ghana that he is not ready for marriage. Better yet, he should have never proposed to her. Don't propose to people until you are ready to marry them. Matilda claimed that they have to do a lot to prepare for the wedding, and she's afraid that Niles will be overwhelmed because of his autism. This looks crooked. Well, Matilda, if you love him and care about him so much and you don't want him to feel overwhelmed, you need to not have an elaborate wedding. She wants to rent a tent. You don't need to do that. All she needs to do is get her. She has a lot of brothers and sisters. Get her brothers and sisters, her immediate family, her brothers and sisters, her mother and her uncle. Go to their house, get an officiant, and get married. Bake a cake, make some sandwiches. You do not have to have an elaborate wedding. Because if you get a tent, you're going to have to get chairs. Right? You're going to have to get tables. You're going to have food to feed everybody in this tent. And drinks for everybody. No, you don't need all that. Have a small wedding. If you don't want to overwhelm Niles and you said he's sensitive to everything, have a small wedding in your house. But no, she's going to have something elaborate that she can't afford to pay for. He can't afford to pay for. Ridiculous. Buy yourself a cute little dress. You don't have to be white, long gown. It doesn't have to be none of that. You know what I'm saying? If she really cared about Niles, she don't want him to feel overwhelmed. She wants him to feel comfortable and relaxed. But she going to throw this big wedding he can't afford, she can't afford, and overwhelm this man, and it's going to be a disaster. Okay? A disaster. I wish Niles had the backbone to tell Matilda that they are not getting married or that he doesn't want to get married. I wish he had the backbone, but he doesn't have the backbone to do it. So he may just get married because he doesn't want to disappoint her. Okay, next up we have Brian and Ingrid. Brian and Ingrid are at the hotel in Ingrid's hometown. Brian said that they slept in the same bed at the hotel, but it was very cold. They slept with their backs towards each other. Brian said Ingrid is showing a lack of compassion and it's making him feel different about her. Well, Brian, she just found out that her new boyfriend wears a catheter, was a drug dealer, was a drug addict, lied about being totally independent, and lied about his age. And now he wants her to show him compassion. Anyway, they go out for ice cream, and Brian told her that he felt judged and hurt by her when she said, "You are not dealing drugs because you can't walk." That was a harsh thing to say, but you know what? Even though he can't walk, he can still deal drugs. You know, he can still deal drugs. And he needs to apologize to her for not telling her about his past sooner. But Ingrid apologized to him for hurting him, and he did not accept her apology. Instead, he said, "But still, I don't know if you're feeling what I've been through in my life." Why does she have to feel what you have been through in your life when you were a criminal, a drug dealer, a drug addict, living your best life, party hardying, spending money, making money, being a criminal? Why should she have compassion for you? And when you were being robbed, you went for the gun. Give them the car. A car is a material thing. Give that shit away. Give it. Say, oh, here's my keys. Take them. Go. Bye. You reaching for gun and got shot. You wanna be Mr. Billy Badass and reach for the gun and got shot. Somebody trying to rob me. Here, take it. Take it all. My health, my life is more important to me than a damn car. Okay? And you want her to feel, what did he say? What did he say? He said, I don't know if you're feeling what I've been through in my life. That has nothing to do with her. You choose to become a criminal. Brian pissed me off when he said that, when he would not accept her apology and then try to blame her, trying to make her be responsible for things he went through in his life. And she probably wasn't even born yet. He's trying to play the injured party because she said one harsh comment to him. He's totally ignoring the fact that he purposely deceived her on several different things. And he's trying to manipulate Ingrid into feeling sorry for him. And I don't like that. He told her that he would never sell drugs again. He told her that he wants to stop by her house later to meet her son and talk. She told him that she needs more time to think about things. And he's disappointed that she's not inviting him over to meet her son. And he feels like she's pulling back. And I don't understand why he can't form his damn lips to say to her, I'm sorry for not telling you about my past sooner. I want, just explain to her, I wanted to meet you first before telling you so you can get to know me first so that, you won't judge me too harshly. Just say that. Just, talk to her. Say some type of an apology. But he gives her nothing. No apology, no nothing. And that baffles me how he readily informed her that she hurt his feelings with her comment. But he refused to recognize how his lies and deceit affected her. Brian is shitty. He's shitty. He held her accountable for hurting his feelings, but brushed off his lies and deceit. Not my type of guy at all. Ingrid, go find another gringo. Brian is not the one, the two, or the three. But Ingrid and I, we're seeing eye to eye. We're seeing eye to eye. Ingrid said she was waiting for him to apologize for hiding his past, but he didn't. And she don't know if she can move forward with the relationship. Exactly. So he dropped her off at her house. And then later we see him go to a flower shop to buy her flowers in order to say he's sorry. Wow, finally, an apology from Brian. Is the sky falling? He also brought gifts for her child. But later that night, he showed up at her house without calling or texting her to ask, can I come over? Because she already told him no, he couldn't come over. But he just shows up at her house and texts her, I'm outside. Open the gate, I'm outside. What? That would have pissed me off. Do not come over to my house without letting me know, without asking me. Don't do that. But Ingrid was fine with it. She wasn't mad. I was pissed for her. But she was okay with it. That would have been me. Do not come over to my... What if I had another man over there? What if I was putting my child to bed? It was dark out. It was nighttime. What if I was reading my son a story? She said she was going home to spend time with her child. Now you're intruding on this time she's spending with her child. She spent, what, 3 days with you? 2 days with you? That pissed me off for her. I was pissed off for her. But she was fine with it. She wasn't upset. So she tried to let him in the house. She tried to wheel his wheelchair in the house, but she had a lot of rocks around her area, so it wasn't easy for them to get him in her house. But they finally did get him in the house. And Brian met her 2-year-old son, Arthur. Her other child wasn't there. Probably wasn't the daddy. He had brought Arthur a toy car. And Brian seemed good with kids. He was really, really good with Arthur. Arthur loved his toy car. And he was happily playing with it. And Ingrid told her son to thank Uncle Brian. She put that uncle in there. In her confessional, she said she believed in redemption, but she's still keeping him at arm's length. Good for you. Keep him at arm's length. So she kissed Brian, hugged him, and thanked him for her roses, because he had gotten her roses, and thanked him for the toy that he got her son. But I never heard him apologize to her. Maybe he did, and they didn't tape it, they didn't show that, but I never heard him apologize to her. He could have said, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I messed up. Some men just can't do it. These type of words just is not in their vocabulary. It's a shame, because an apology can go a long way. Yeah. Next up, Chitty and Renee. Chitty and Renee are somewhere walking, and it looked like they are walking through a garden. Chitty said that after telling Renee that he is not having sex until after marriage, she seemed distant. Of course she's distant towards you. She feels rejected by you. He should have told her that he wasn't planning on having sex with her before she came to Nigeria. But Renee told him that she wanted the physical part of their relationship, but she respects his decision and she will wait. And I wasn't expecting her to say that, because she seems like a force to be reckoned with when things don't go her way. Chatty is shocked also. He said in 5 years, this is the first time Renee has apologized to him, because she apologized to him also for getting angry when he had told her that. Chatty told her that he know that his decision to wait to have sex until after marriage came as a shock to her, because they talked about sex a lot in their chats. Renee asked him if he feels ashamed of flirting with her now that he's made a promise to God to wait to have sex. Chatty told her no, he does not feel ashamed, because that's who he was at the time. He told her that he wants to do it with her, but the right time is not. But at the right time, but he wants to do it with her at the right time, which is not far off. That's what he said. She told him she wants affection. She don't necessarily want sex. She wants affection. She wants hugs, kisses, hand holding, stuff like that. So he promised to give her more affection. Next day, they go to a nature conservatory where they had animals, and they went on a nice little nature walk. And then Renee asked him exactly how did you get blind again, and he told her about being hit in the right eye with an apple and how hurtful it was that night. He said after the pain stopped and everything went back to normal. He said 9 years later, he was having a hard time seeing. The doctor told him he had glaucoma. And he said, the doctor said operating would not make it better. He said because he was only able to see out of one eye, he fell and hit his left eye on a wooden bench. Oh, that must have hurt. He said he was taken to the hospital, but they could not help him and he could not see again. That's so sad. Renee told him sorry, and she told him that if she could pay for surgery for him so that he could see again, she would. But she had said that she is happy he's blind. She's happy he's blind so that he wouldn't get to see her body. She had said that. I think I remember her saying that. And then she confirmed it. She confirmed what I knew I heard her say. She told him that if he wasn't blind, she wouldn't be there. And in her confessional, she said when she found out that he was blind, she felt relieved. So how come she's talking about if there was a surgery, she would pay for it so that he can see again? But she said if he was blind, when she found out he was blind, she was relieved. She's saying two different things. Which is it, Renee? Do you want him to be able to see again, or do you want him to stay blind? Yeah, she's contradicting herself. Renee thinks that his blindness is spiritual. She thinks he was meant to be blind so that they could be together. In his confessional, Chatty said Renee says weird and bizarre things, like his blindness is for a purpose, which is outlandish and insulting. That's what he said. Those were his words. He said sometimes she lived in alternate reality, and her talking like this worries him on how a person who thinks the way she does can guide him through life. This is his words. So I don't understand, if he doesn't think that highly of her, why is he hitching his wagon to this person he doesn't think much of? He says she flies off the handle easily when she gets upset. These were his words. She says weird, bizarre, outlandish, and insulting things to him. He says she lived in an alternate state of reality. Why would he hitch his wagon to such a person? Why? Last but not least, we have Via and Sunny. Via is packing to go to South Africa. So that she can meet Sunny for the very first time with her ex-boyfriend. And she is crying. She said the flight is long and she is an emotional wreck. I checked, from Florida to South Africa is 18 hours and 15 minutes. So she packed her stuff, left their house, and went to pick up her ex-boyfriend Rory, and they drive to the airport. I think she should have asked 2 friends to go with her to South Africa and not ask her ex-boyfriend. Ask 2 friends, because when you're busy with Sunny, the 2 friends can hang out together and nobody will be lonely. But what she asked her ex-boyfriend, I'm pretty sure she could have found 2 friends to go with her. It's unacceptable for her to bring her ex-boyfriend to South Africa. That's unacceptable. So her game plan is, when they land in South Africa, the ex-Rory goes straight to his hotel and she stays at the airport and waits for Sunny to pick her up. And then in sometime that evening, I guess, she'll tell Sunny that Rory came with her. Via said she is scared and nervous. She does not want Sunny to flip out and break up with her. She knows how Sunny is. She knows he does not like Rory, and she knows he's a jealous person, a very jealous person. So already she knows that Sunny is going to be livid when he finds out that Rory, her ex-boyfriend, flew to South America with her. I'm trying to figure out what I would do if I were in Sunny's position. I don't know what I would do, but I would feel hurt and disrespected if I was Sunny. Rory had the nerve to tell Via that he is not going to put up with Sunny being disrespectful to her. Wait a minute. Back it up. It baffles me how Rory does not see that Via is being disrespectful to Sunny by bringing him to South Africa. But Rory's talking about, if Sunny disrespects you, I'm not going to go for that. But Via is disrespecting Sunny right here, right now. Don't he see that? I have no respect for Rory, and I have no respect for Via. They can't just take a second and realize how hurtful this is going to be to Sunny. They can't really, they can't put themselves in Sunny's shoes and realize that this is not going to be good for Sunny. And then Via says she's hoping that Sunny will propose to her. Well, maybe after he finds out that Rory is in South Africa with Via, he'll calm down after a while and then he will propose to her. Who knows? Rory said, do you really think he's going to propose to you? Rory thinks it's too soon for Sunny to propose to her. They've only been talking to each other online for a year. So anyway, they get to the airport, they check in, they board the plane, and they are on their way to South Africa. Next, we see Sunny at the hotel. He's putting rose petals all over the bed. That poor baby, he thinks that he's about to have a nice romantic night. Then we see Rory and Via. They're getting off the plane in South Africa. They have landed. Sunny arrived at the airport to pick up Via, and he has some black roses for her, which are her favorite. And he's happy and excited to see her. He said if things go well this trip, he is going to propose to her. So then Sonny texts Via to let her know that he's here at the airport ready to pick her up. That was the end of the episode. This is the end of my review. Thank you so very much for watching. Princess on a Pillow here. Bye.